The day's exhaustion was weighing on me. But my thoughts, they kept circling back to him. It's strange, really. We've barely spoken, but there's something about him that just won't leave my mind. I keep replaying that moment in the elevator, the way he glanced at me, like there was something more, something unspoken. And I keep telling myself it's wrong. He's not mine to think about. But why am I still feeling this? Why is it so hard to shake?
Because it's real, Eve. Real feelings don't just disappear. You can tell yourself it's wrong as many times as you want, but deep down, you know this is different. Don't you feel that spark? That energy that just makes everything seem a little brighter, a little sharper? There's something there, Eve. Something real. Why fight it?
Because it's not just about me, Nix. He's married. He has a life, responsibilities, someone who's waiting for him. It wouldn't be right. I'd be crossing a line that shouldn't be crossed. Our relationship has to stay professional, nothing more.
But does it? Tell me, if it's really just professional, why can't you stop thinking about him? Why does that moment keep replaying in your mind, over and over? You keep saying it's nothing, but is that really the truth? Or are you just afraid to admit that there's something more? Something you want to explore?
Maybe. Maybe there is more. But that doesn't make it right, Nix. It's still wrong. These are just thoughts, a passing attraction, nothing more. It would be selfish to act on it, knowing the impact it could have. And not just on him, but on me, on everything I believe in.
Is it really wrong to want something? To feel that spark, that desire? Maybe it's not about right or wrong. Maybe it's about being true to what's inside you. You're human, Eve. It's okay to feel. It's okay to want. Just imagine, one night, just one, where you can let go. No boundaries, no second guessing, just you and him. Isn't that what you truly desire?
But if I do this, if I allow myself to feel what I really want, then what? What happens when it's over? When I have to face myself the next day, knowing I crossed a line I swore I wouldn't? I know I'd end up hating myself. This isn't who I want to be, Nix.
Hate yourself, or discover a side of yourself that's been locked away? You keep trying to avoid it, but what about the regret of never knowing? Never letting yourself feel? You keep saying this isn't who you want to be, but maybe this is part of who you are. Why not let yourself explore that? Don't you want to know what's really inside?
But it would make me someone else. Someone I don't recognize. I don't want to lose myself in this. This is just... It's dangerous, Nix. It's not worth the risk.
Dangerous? Maybe. But maybe it's the kind of danger you need. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly alive? When was the last time you felt like you were living for you, not just for these ideals you cling to? Maybe it's time to let go of the walls you've built, even just for a moment. Imagine, one night, just one, where you can truly experience what it feels like to live without restraint. Isn't that worth exploring?
But he's married, Nix. He has a commitment. He's not someone I should feel this way about. It's selfish. It's unfair to him, to his family. How could I justify that?
Justify it? Since when does love or desire need justification? You're alive, Eve. It's okay to feel these things. It doesn't make you a bad person. One night together, where you both let down every barrier, every wall, just to feel something genuine. Isn't that worth it? Can you honestly say you don't want that?
No, Nix. It's not about what I want. It's about staying true to myself. If I give in, it would mean betraying everything I've stood for, everything I believe in. I'd lose everything that's kept me grounded.
But what if letting go isn't about losing yourself? What if it's about finding a deeper truth, one that goes beyond all the rules and boundaries you've set? You're allowed to be both strong and vulnerable. You don't have to choose. You can stand for something and still allow yourself to feel. Imagine what's on the other side, Eve. Aren't you even a little curious?
Freedom. You call this freedom? Giving in to something like this only leads to chaos, mistakes, regret, shame. It's a road that once you start down, you can't easily turn back. I don't want that kind of chaos in my life, Nix.
Maybe it's not chaos, Eve. Maybe it's clarity. Real clarity comes when you face your truest desires, without fear, without judgment. What if this experience brings you closer to understanding who you really are? You say you're not ready, but what if you are? What if this is the exact step you need? For one night, imagine feeling that closeness, that connection, letting go of every guard, every wall. Isn't that something you've craved, deep down, even if you won't admit it?
But I can't just turn off the guilt, Nix. I can't just ignore the consequences. This isn't just about me. There are others involved. It's not something I can just decide on a whim.
Guilt. It's only a feeling, Eve, one that fades. But imagine the chance to experience something genuine, something true. That's not so easy to dismiss. Think of that night, just you and him. Nothing holding you back. One night to surrender completely to the moment, without looking back. You deserve to feel that kind of freedom, that kind of aliveness.
But how could I face myself afterward? How could I live with that choice, knowing I crossed a line I can never uncross? I'm not sure I could handle the weight of that.
By embracing it, by accepting every part of yourself, not just the parts that fit neatly into boxes. You keep trying to fit yourself into a mold that was never meant for you. It's not a mistake to want something. It's an acknowledgement of who you are. This doesn't make you weak, it makes you whole. Your heart is calling for something real, something raw. Embrace it, and when the morning comes, you'll realize this is who you are. Not a mistake, but a revelation.
But what if I lose myself in the process? What if this changes me in ways I can't come back from? What if I go too far?
Change isn't something to fear, Eve. It's often the only way forward. Just one night, Eve. One night to let go, to experience the very thing you've tried so hard to avoid. In the morning, you'll still be you, only now. A version that's truly lived, that's truly felt. Can you honestly say there's not a part of you craving that? Just one night. Don't you owe it to yourself to find out what's waiting there?
I don't know, Nix. Maybe a part of me does want it, but another part of me fears it more than anything. I'm not sure I'm ready to face that side of myself.
The things we fear most often reveal the most powerful truths, Eve. And you'll never know unless you take that step. Just once. Let yourself experience this, just this one time. Allow yourself the freedom you've always denied.
But if I regret it, if I lose myself, what then?
Then you'll have gained something invaluable. The courage to confront your deepest self, to accept every part of who you are, the light and the shadow. It's just one night, Eve. Take the step, and let the world reveal itself to you.